Hey YouTube, and thanks for watching Junkworks Garage. Well, it's been a while since I did any scrapping stuff here, so I thought I'd go ahead. I started tearing this apart, trying to actually fix it and see if I can make something work, and realized it just, for some reason, it's not working. The last time I pulled this out, it's probably been, I don't know, 5 years, maybe 10 years ago even. And I was able to use this to do some, I think I blew up a bike tire or something with it, and when I tested it, but then I went to pull it out and just kind of look at things. I'm going through my stuff, as most of you that actually watch all my videos know. I'm kind of going through my garage trying to get it cleaned out, and part of that is just getting rid of junk that I don't really need or selling it or whatever. So I figured maybe I could sell this little thing, but unfortunately, no matter what I did or how I tore it apart or how I put it back together, I couldn't really get anything working here. So I thought I'd show you kind of what's inside, see if it's worth tearing apart. I've already pulled out the screws and everything, so this is here just kind of to show you sort of what it looked like before. The cord had a little switch in it, which I've also pulled apart. And on top here, it had this pressure regulator. Just to tell you, it's more not really a regulator. This was just told you what the pressure was at the time. But regardless, that didn't work. I don't even think last time I used it. I tried, hot wiring it. It is a 12 volt one, 200 psi is what it says, deluxe air compressor. I remember being pretty impressed with how well it actually did work. But inside the plastic casing, which is garbage, there is the little motor and pump right there. It's a very simple little, just a tiny air compressor. What can you say? It still would work. I think if I could get this motor running, the air compressor part would work perfectly fine. You can hear it pumping. I don't know if you can hear that. You can hear it trying to pump some air through things. And we'll just kind of go through and kind of see what's garbage, what I might be able to recycle, which I'm probably not going to put this. It had this little switch here that would probably still work if I wanted to use it, but I don't like these kind of switches. They go in and they actually cut into the wires, and I don't like anything that works that way. So we'll just kind of go through and start separating things here, and I'll at the end kind of show you what I end up with. Here's all our garbage here, a little bit of plastic and then the main body of plastic. We got the compressor here, which actually there's some steel up in here. Some of this is kind of mixed aluminum and steel, I believe, from what I can see. I think there's actually some stainless in there that's in the actual body of this. And then this part here and this main whole big housing here is all cast aluminum. So I haven't decided if I'm going to tear this apart anymore, if I want to just kind of keep this for other purposes, but that's what you get out of the main body part, I guess you'd say. Then there's this right here, which was around the motor, just a piece of steel, which will go in my scrap bin. Then we got this here, which was also around the motor, and it's steel, but it's also got magnets in here, which appear like I could probably bust those out, but for right now I'm not going to mess with that as well. Then we got your motor. That's got some copper and mixed with other things. There's some other stuff on here, so it's kind of a mixed. As well as all this, which I believe is mostly brass, but there's some solder and stuff on it, so they're going to consider that mixed if you were just to take it that way and not burn all that stuff off of there. Plus, I don't know if there's more inside where these pins and things are, what those are. But none of this seems to have any magnetism to it, so it's all brass or something that is non-magnetic. Then we got a couple pieces of copper here, just some tiny little things here. A few pieces of brass right there. We got some just sheet aluminum, and I'm thinking there's some brass mixed with this one, so this probably should go with the dirty stuff. So that's just aluminum there. I got a few screws, a little pile of screws here, a piece of cordage, just copper, and then I have this here, which also could be just copper cordage and whatever's inside of here. But I will say I'm going to keep this in my drawer because something like this works really good for testing 12-volt things. This, you got to be careful though, because this doesn't have any kind of a built-in, even in here I looked, it doesn't have like a built-in fuse or anything like that. A lot of these nowadays have built-in fuses, but for testing purposes, not having that fuse sometimes can be a good thing. So that's what I'm going to keep that for. Otherwise you could use it as just copper cordage, and I believe, I'm not positive, yeah, whatever that is, that's steel there. I'm sure there's some either stainless or aluminum in here that you could get to as well. But that's what is inside of this little compressor here. This thing is probably, I don't know, as old as me, probably from the 70s, 80s, maybe the 90s. I haven't seen any kind of a date or anything on it. There is a patent number on here, but I can't read that or where it's made at. I have no idea where it came from. It doesn't even have like a name on it anywhere that I can see. Just air compressor, deluxe air compressor. So I don't know if deluxe is the name brand for that or what, but regardless, that is what came inside of it. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you got something out of it. Now get out there and get your junk working. Thanks for watching Junk Works Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.